He saw treasure, he saw other jewels, and fruit and gardens and everything. He did not feel the desire for them. But when he saw this big diamond, as big as a watermelon, I wonder how big is that? Some watermelons are about this big, Yeah. Some are about this big. Yeah. Like half of my arm length and thick like that. Yeah. I saw them. Yes. And then mostly people cannot buy them all. They have to slice it and give to you some part. Except the maybe big company or big restaurant, they buy them, then they can distribute. But for one family, if you buy this big watermelon, it will last forever and it might go bad, yeah?
Yes.
You don't want to eat watermelon every day, that is the thing. Because we have choice, we are spoiled. We're spoiled with choice, that's why. Not like one of the story in Vietnam. You remember I told the story of Vietnam, one of the adopted, the prince of Vietnam before? The king kicked him out.
Yes, Master.
And then exiled him to a wild island. And over there he found these watermelons. And then they survived on that. They even sold it afterward. He drew a map on the watermelon, and the boat people found them, went there, and then made business together with watermelon to exchange for other necessity. Then he lived fabulously. Because he believed in God. The king thinking that, he has to be faithful to him, grateful to him because the king gave him everything, even adopted him as a prince. But he said, no, God gave it to me, which is true. Yeah, because we have to realize that we came with nothing. Even the king also came naked, right?
Right.
Yeah. So every day, even if I give things to eat for the birds or for the squirrels and all that, I said to them, you thank God before you eat, okay? God gave it to you. God gave it to you. Sometimes I forget, I say, I gave it to you there. Go eat. But I said, that's from God. You must thank God before you eat. I never thought it's from me, even if I say that. Same with all the charity or even the lecture I'm giving. In my heart, I always know it's from God. And it is true, because after I talk to you, I hardly remember anything. Whenever I have to kind of edit the BMD that you gave to me, to ask me whether or not it's okay, any mistake or anything, And then I read it or I look at it, I saw it, it's like brand new to me. Like I heard it the first time. Of course, I remember one bit here and a bit there. When something evokes my memory, I remember, but I don't remember the whole thing. Just one or two part of it. If I'm made to remember, if you let me see the lecture I made long time ago, like 10 years, 5 years, back then when I was a beginner, I don't remember a thing. And if you give it to me to edit or to check, recheck, I sit there with big eyes, white ears, fascinating. I was mesmerized. Wow, that was really cool. Really nice, really wise, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Not because I said it, because I forgot it all completely. And I had a chance to look back at, oh my God, I forgot everything. And I just sat there just like I never saw it before. I sat like, wow, really? Then I understood, at that time, I understood why the so-called disciples loved them so much. Because it's truly logical. Truly real, truly truthful, and there's nothing you can debate about it. There's nothing that is not to like, okay?
Yes.
Okay, right, so now we go back to Eden, or outside Eden. We're out already, kicked out already. Thanks to our forefather Adam. So God made many Adams, We thought only one. And they all made the same mistake. And the man saw Unclever? Huh? My goodness. And why God did such a lousy job? Huh? Yeah. Again and again and again, he made the same mistake. So I think we can blame God also. Sorry, sir. You have to improve. I improve your product. Yes. Yeah. So you can blame woman and man. They, struggle to live with each other and quarrel and having heartache, having trouble quarreling all the time and having broken marriage and all that stuff. Yeah? Because God did not make us perfect. Or maybe God made us perfect. We cannot blame God. It's just us. We are not strong enough to withstand any temptation. But how can you withstand the temptation in heaven? Huh? Even here on earth, we are tempted many ways already, right? We cannot even stop our desires of one thing after another. But in heaven, the things there are much, much, much more glorious, much more glamorous, much more tempting, much more beautiful. So how can Adam not fall? You see what I'm saying?
Yes, Master.
Yes.
Maybe God knew it. Maybe God wanted him to fall. So that they go out of Eden and spread all over, multiply into children and great-great-grandchildren, and then fertilize the whole planet. Make more apples. Thanks to Adam that now we have apples to eat, no? Probably he knows how to plant apples, okay? From Eden, yeah? Probably he took one or two seeds. Maybe before God kicked him out, God gave him many seeds, yeah, to cultivate all over the planet. That's how we have so many things nowadays. Yes, isn't that a miracle? You don't even know where it came from. You were born, you grow up, and there we have apples already.
Yeah.
We have watermelons, we have apricots, we have grapefruits, we have grapes, we have jackfruit, we have durian, we have, oh my God, all kind of things, yeah? All kind of fruit, all kind of beautiful vegetables, and beautiful trees, which give fruit, give shade, and give oxygen. Yes. Isn't that a wonderful planet, huh?
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
Isn't it, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
We take it all for granted, but we should realize that really we have everything we need, except we have to share with others so that there is no poverty, no hunger in this world. We have to stop polluting our planet so that the weather doesn't become haywire. There are many other things happen because of that, because of climate craziness. Now many places don't even have water to drink. Many places on the planet don't have enough water to drink because we populated more and more people all the time, and then the climate is not favorable for more people. Nowadays we have pandemics. It makes things worse. Many people cannot work. Like fruit and vegetable shortage, and the price has gone very high. It is truly like that. Because my company, if it doesn't affect you, you will not. Because my company, for example, one of the vegan food making companies, they report to me, say nowadays many the materials are very high priced and even shortage. Like they cannot export this and that because not everything they make is from the native land. They imported something, but it's very difficult. Many things have shortage or take long time to arrive. Yeah, everybody has trouble nowadays like that. But this is our company. We work inside the company. It's not all that bad already. Imagine restaurants, yes, bars, coffee shops. They have to serve people directly. and they cannot, because the government closed many small businesses, except the essential, like maybe supermarkets are open, but many others cannot open. And they're short of people who do the farm work, even picking vegetables, picking fruit. There are shortage everywhere. The other day I looked outside in the garden where I live. I saw one mango tree in front of me, but it has no fruit, no flower, nothing. In other places also like that, only a couple of fruit, and then I realized I don't see any bee anywhere. Because they don't pollinate, that's why the tree doesn't bear fruit. Yes. And then suddenly I saw, oh my God, there's no bees around here even. And the next day, the couple of bees came. Came, and I want to drink water. So I put a basin outside for them. But they like to go into the sink because that water is too deep. So I put some sponge, They're more attracted to this yellow sponge, look like flower, they're more attracted to color, look like flowers. So I put sponge on the water, it floats, so they can land on it. They can drink from the sponge as well. But I don't see them anymore. Maybe they just came to say hello because I say there's no bees. It's often like that. When I say, how come there's nothing? Then they come. The other day I also said, oh, it's a new place. How come no birds? And then the birds came. They came to visit, but then they left. I was thinking to feed them, but they are not permanently there. Maybe from somewhere else to come visit. And chirping, singing around for a while and then go. Sometimes they come also to tell me something, but it's not their place. They tell me things. Truly, animals can tell you things. Many people read in the Bible or somewhere on the Holy Scripture say that the animals can communicate with you. Yeah? Ask the birds and they will tell you. Ask the fish and they will indicate or instruct you. Ask the animals. Then they will help you. Truly like that. Nowadays, even worse. Some people are so much influenced by demons. This is a time when the demons come and want to destroy the world. We have extended some years, of course, but this is still their time. So even the top religious leader, I heard them say something truly more than nonsense. As if they all were made deaf, dumb, and blind, or top politicians, many of them, as if they don't see anything. Everything they do or say is all illogical, or unreasonable, or very, very far from the truth, far from logic, far from reason, and far from the most common sense of all. Even some top religious leader, I have just read in the news a few days ago, I said, what? Cannot he see the truth? No, looks like they're all blind. And the top politicians, some of them, I thought, my God, how come they don't see anything? How come they talk like that? I'm astounded these days. Seems like everybody has become blindfolded. All of a sudden. Truly like that. You read some of the news. Maybe I did not even collect that because I just shook my head. I said, my God, why did he say such things? Cannot he see it? No, it's like they are blind. Like the whole flock of sheep or something together, all blind together. He's kind of one of the top religious leaders. And he's criticizing President Trump, for example, but he didn't mention the name, of course. But it's completely illogical, completely opposite of the truth. And I was so surprised. I know many of them are not enlightened. But the thing he said is worse than... It's just like some of those politicians outside without seeing anything correctly. Like suddenly they're all blindfolded together. Oh my God. I just was so surprised. so shocked. It's truly the time of demons that they have to do all this and testing everybody. See, you must have faith strong. Otherwise you'll be blind, deaf and dumb as well. Just like Adam, hey? Yes.
Yeah.
Born from God, made by God, lived next to God, and still fell. And then God gave a second chance, come back, and attracted to the diamond. God. And thinking the diamond can help him survive all his life, he doesn't have to do anything. Once you're out of Eden, you're like everyone else. You have to sweat to earn a living. You have to fight with the negative influence outside, if you could even fight. In Vietnam, we say a strong tiger could not defeat the whole a pack of wolves. A tiger is supposed to be the king of the jungle, but he's alone, even though he's the best, the strongest. He cannot defeat the whole pack of wolves. That is similar to our world like that. If you stay with the same-minded community, do the same thing, have the same ideal, look in the same direction, then you're stronger. If you're out, then it's different. Okay?
Yes.
All right, now we go back to... I promise, I'm coming back now, okay? And we left the Eden for too long already. We can't come back, but we can talk about it. We can be like homesick about it. Okay, now here. In the beginning, when Adam first had been driven out of Eden, he and Eve could not get used to the new and also very harsh kind of life. Yeah, now they have to plant vegetables, they have to plant fruits, they have to pluck the fruits, they have to harvest the vegetables, etc., etc. Yeah, God has ordained that. So they were very, 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 very miserable. It was very harsh for them, very hard work, hard life. In the Bible, it doesn't mention this kind of situation. But we humans can understand, can imagine that, right?
Yes.
We humans, we live day to day with this kind of hard life. We still cannot bear sometimes. Not to talk about the holy beings like Adam and Eve, made from God's hand, used to paradise. Everything they want, they just have. Except that apple, of course. Except the apple in the middle of the garden, don't touch it. Yeah, then they have to. Typical humans, no? Whatever you're told not to do, you want to try. Even though you know it's bad. It's just the ego. Ego. But this is also fine. Suppose if you have some urge inside you, some inventive kind of surge that develops within you, and you just want to do it, you want to try it, then it's okay. Otherwise, I think humans will not develop so many things like what we do nowadays, what we have done, inventing many things and going to the moon, going to Mars, even though it's a hard and almost an impossible dream. Before, nobody could dream of going to the moon and all that. Now they go into Mars and then Venus next. They want to see if really there's life on Venus. So much evidence points to it. Maybe they could find it. Venus! Martian, they're coming to get you. You better prepare the vaccines. Okay? Any vaccine, all the vaccines. They have all kinds of diseases on this planet that you have never heard of. You better be prepared. If they go there, they will find you. Good luck. I'm worried for them, truly.
Yes.
I'm worried. Knowing us, knowing the humans, how they are, I'm worried so much for them. All right, good luck. Pray, yeah, you, Venus, and Mars people. So we, the humans, will surely know the hardship and the feeling of desperation and misery from Adam and Eve when they were first kicked out of Eden and had to become normal beings and had to get used to the hard life. In here, the book says that even though the Bible doesn't mention about the hardship that Adam and Eve had to endure. But humans would understand, would imagine, would know it. Because many places in the Bible, for example, that have been edited, deleted, and have been filled with other stories.
Yes, Master.
Like ancient stories or folklore or people stories or just fiction or something that you cannot even believe in. So this is one of the stories that we cannot, it's from the book, okay? One of the stories that we cannot confirm, we cannot prove, but is circulated since 1,000 years, like this. After being driven out of Eden, Adam and Eve built a little hut, and both of them contemplated for 7 days non-stop to repent for their sin that they have committed and the mistake that they had done. After that, after 7 days, Adam stood up and went all over for 7 more days looking for food. In Eden, he didn't have to do this. You see, there's a big difference. In this time, I think they have not done the farming yet. They have just been out of Eden, and they sit there 7 days long, repenting, regretting, and praying. And then after 7 days, probably hungry, yeah? The retreat's over hungry. So he went all over looking for food. He had not found anything to eat because his main profession before, and it's probably the first ever profession, occupation of all humans, is gardening. So he found only dry hay and dry grass, which are reserved normally for animals. So he suggested to Eve that both of them have to do more penance, more repentance, and hope that God will forgive them one more time. For Eve herself, she went into the middle of the Tigris River. She stood on top of a rock, and the water rose up to her neck. She stood there, not speaking anything, for 37 days.
Wow.
This is the legend, okay, that circulated since thousands plus years. And Adam also stood up, stood like her, but in the middle of the Jordan River, or both the different rivers, for 40 days long. On the 38th day, Eve saw Satan and was cheated by him, deluded by him again. Satan manifested himself into a being like an angel, and Satan came and begged Eve to come with him up to the bank of the river, and then he will find something for her to eat. Eve could not withstand her hunger, so she left the water, went to the bank. And at that time, she immediately realized that this was Satan. No. Eve went up to the riverbank. But at that time, Adam recognized that this real entity was Satan. So he yelled at Eve. He yelled loud at her. He said, "How can you let yourself be fooled by our enemy one more time, huh?" So Eve could not withstand this mistake again. She could not feel comfortable again. She felt very, very bad, sinful, guilty about this second fall by temptation. So painful. She felt so painful, so guilty, so bad. So she fainted, fell down on the ground.
Oh.
Poor Eve. She's only a woman, weak physically also, yeah? Physically, women are weaker than men and smaller, the size, always the same. But I wonder why God made a woman from a man's rib. I wonder how big is the rib? Even if we are small, but how big is Adam's rib?
Yeah.
Adam must be like 100 foot tall. Yeah. And his rib must be your size, or my size at least, yeah? I'm small, but this is a big rib. I'm a big rib. So I wonder all this story. Yeah, but of course with God everything is possible.
Yes.
I have to look into camera again. I keep looking at you guys. You're so So attractive, my God. No wonder I'm sitting here, not in Eden. All your fault. Okay, now. And you're all wearing masks. Imagine if you don't. Huh? Yeah. That's because you're vegan, huh? People cannot take their eyes of you, right?
Yeah.
That's what the animals told us every day, no?
Yeah.
On our TV.